This week on Politics Live, Reform UK sent on their chairman, David Bull, who was lamenting the lack of British people who were going into professions like nursing and elderly care. He asked, where are they? Good question. The answer to this is obvious to anyone who applies the smallest amount of critical thought to the issue. The number of jobs that do not require applied practical skills in the UK has skyrocketed since Thatcher gutted our industrial sector. We now do not rely on training our own workers, and instead we just pillage them from other countries. Thatcher decided that our young people are better off becoming management consultants and marketing analysts than nurses or many other roles essential to a functioning society. Now this point should be especially clear to Bull himself. He actually went to medical school, and then he clearly realized that there are much more incentives elsewhere, so he became a TV presenter and started a creative branding company. Add on top of all this a declining birth rate that's driven hugely by the lowering social security of young people, such as their inability to settle down with a partner due to the inaccessible housing market, which of course was largely driven by Thatcher transferring the public housing stock into the private sector through right to buy. Because people have stopped having kids at the rates they once did, there are much more older people needing care and much fewer younger people to provide it. That's why Britain has relied on immigration since the 1990s, when our society began getting older. Right-wing parties in Europe have realized that to have low migration, you need to employ generous welfare and housing strategies to try to encourage young people to start families. But these ideas are not on Reform's agenda. Reform not only want to continue Thatcher's legacy, they want to put it on steroids. They have no cohesive plan on how to administer the British state. All that they do have to go on is a few peripheral policies like Stop the Boats, which is a popular message in society, and then they want to reintroduce accelerated Thatcherism, which isn't popular, but they will force it through the back door. Make no mistake, this is not a serious party. They're a Thatcher tribute act. They're not backed by any serious ideology. But with none of the other parties representing the deep and storied political ideas they were founded on, people will likely vote Reform into government. After all, one or two substantive policy proposals are better than the sound bites and slogans that the Conservatives and Labour have relied on since the 1980s.